Hey everyone, it's Fiona Aedgar here. This is your fortnightly astrology and tarot forecast. Unfortunately, we are missing the wonderful Craig Simpson today. He is feeling under the weather, so I thought that I would go ahead and do this myself because I know that a lot of you guys wait for this. I do really appreciate the support that you continue to give us. So, I'm going to talk about the astrology. I'm going to jump until the April 12th and talk about the astrological aspects that are on each of those days. We do have a full moon and a new moon to talk about, and then I will pull some cards. This is going to be a little bit shorter than usual because I'm missing my co host. I'm doing it by myself. So I hope that you're all doing well. I have been enjoying the wonderful warm weather or warmer weather. Lots of sunshine here in Northern Ireland. Unfortunately, we're still under lockdown. Hopefully, that's going to change a little bit soon because, especially if you live on your own, there are a lot of people feeling very isolated at the moment. The warmer weather is really making it feel a lot easier to deal with, though. If you have somewhere to sit, I'm lucky because I live in the countryside. I live beside a beautiful field. It's full of rabbits. There are beautiful places to walk to. I also have a front and back garden. And my cat has been enjoying the bunnies. Yep, sad to say, but that is the cycle of life. There's no equality in nature. He goes out and he sits in the hedge, and then he comes back and he has a big old lump in his belly and he's looking pretty satisfied. But c'est la vie. That is life. Okay, so let's get started on the astrology. We have entered Aries season. I absolutely love it. I love the fire of Aries season. It can make things a little bit feisty. People's tempers may be shorter because remember, Aries is that archetype of the warrior. We're kind of feeling a little bit pent up at the moment, especially for us, those of us who are locked down, and we may just be feeling a little bit frustrated. So remember to be careful when you're driving. Try to avoid pointless conflicts. I know that sometimes we do have to be in conflict with others, especially when we need to assert our boundaries that are very important. But you need to pick and choose where you direct your energy. So overall, feeling better, everything's coming to life. The start of Aries season is, of course, the astrological new year. It is the real new year. It makes a lot more sense than having it on January 1st. So, spring is when Mother Earth starts to awaken. She becomes very colorful. All of the flowers, all of the trees coming to life. Of course, if you're in the northern hemisphere. So, Venus is also in Aries. Venus went into Aries this afternoon. Venus is the goddess of love and beauty. In fiery Aries, she may be a bit feisty. You can have some lovers' tiffs there. If you start a new relationship, just be aware that it may not be permanent or it may be based on physical attraction only, because Aries is the sign of sexual activity. It's quite frisky there, but just make sure that you don't get yourself into trouble. So also today we are under a beautiful Mercury Uranus sextile. So the planet of communication, your thought processes, is making getting along with Uranus, which is all about sudden change. You may receive unexpected news. You may have an enlightening conversation with someone. It's a very electrical energy. Your mind will be stimulated. As this falls at about 11:30 UK time, March 21st, you may find it difficult to feel rested, to get to sleep if you're in the UK, or just to kind of chill because it's an active aspect. However, it is a positive one, so nothing to worry about. So tomorrow we have a Mars Saturn trine. You'll be feeling productive. It is a good day to, get stuck into work. If you have a pile of laundry that needs done, which I do, don't tell anyone. A big old pile that's been sitting there. I'm just so busy that things happen and you don't get around to doing your housework. If you have paperwork, if you just have anything that needs done, any tasks, you can apply yourself well tomorrow with that energy. So the next aspect that we have falls on March 24th. Mercury, planet of communication, is in square to Mars. Mars, of course, being the red planet of warfare. This, of course, is going to cause possibly some arguments. It's going to make communications a little bit spicy. You may feel frustrated. There may be a bit of anger there. You may say things that you don't mean, and then you kind of regret it later. So just be aware of that. Or you may not have any arguments at all. It depends on what's going on in your life at the moment. You may just feel a little bit impatient about something. So just don't worry about that. If there's stuff that you can't get done, just leave it to another time. It's all good. So the next day, Mercury is in square to the North Node. The North Node is a hypothetical point, and it shows us where we should be going, the kind of thing that we want to aim for. It's where we want to go, but it can be difficult for us to get there. Mercury and Pisces making a square to that point. Something is kind of maybe distracting us from our goals. It's a very heavily mutable energy, so it may be hard to focus. So if that is the case for you, it's okay to leave stuff for another day. The next major aspect that we have is on March 26th. The sun is conjunct Venus. It is a beautiful aspect. It's excellent for love and romance. It's good for starting any new projects that are connected with the sun or Venus, your love life, your identity, your job, your ambitions, your creativity. All of those are going to be stimulated on the 26th of March. Next aspect is on the 28th of March. Mars, of course, is conjunct the North Node. The god of war is pretty active this month, it seems. And we need to be aware of Mars conjunct the North Node can be at its worst. It can literally be a war. It can be armed conflict somewhere. Of course, that is not going to be everywhere. It could just be potentially be in some places. On a more personal level, you will be feeling motivated to reach your goals. You'll be feeling energized. Just look before you leap. It's the energy of the Fool card there. Yes, new beginnings are welcomed at this time because it's spring, but don't start anything without thinking it through first. So also on the 28th of March, we have a Venus Chiron conjunction, not so nice. So overall on this day, it's a pretty difficult day for love, because Venus is your love life, relationships, romance. Chiron is about wounds. There can be a tricky area to navigate with through your relationships. It may be a difficult day. Mars is involved. It's about conflict. So just be aware that there's potentially something going on there. On the same day, we have the full moon. So this is a pretty bonkers day, guys. March 28th. It's definitely one for the calendar. Stay indoors, hide, put your tinfoil hat on, and lock yourselves in a cupboard. No, I'm just kidding. But just be aware that this is going to be a tricky day globally, and on an individual level. I'm sorry if I sound a bit stuffy here. I think I have hay fever starting. It is that season. So forgive me if I sound like I'm kind of nasally, which I am. So that full moon is difficult. It's going to be about partnerships versus your identity, the ability to be your own person within a relationships. What do you want to give up? What do you not want to give up? It's about balance. It's about give and take. So you may want to be single, but then you see this person. Do I want to get with them? But hang on, I'm going to lose my freedom. Stuff like that is going to be going on around this time. So the next aspect that we have is on March 29th. The sun is conjunct Chiron. Ouchie, ouchie. Problems with men, problems with your husband, your authority figure, issues with your identity, just a bit of wounding going on, but a lot of potential for healing. If you pay attention to those problems, what are they teaching you? What do you need to change? March 30th, Mercury is conjunct Neptune. It's a good day for psychic abilities. It's a good day for creativity. It is not a good day for thinking logically. It's not a good day for thinking clearly. So make sure you leave any important decisions for another day because you're not going to be thinking clearly on this day. March 30th, Venus is sextile Saturn, bringing a little bit of stability there to do with your love life. Make choices that benefit you in the long term, not something that is going to bring you instant gratification. March 31st, the Sun is sextile Saturn. That's a more stabilizing energy that we have. So if you've had any problems over that full moon, which is really spicy, really hot, very red, full of war, full of conflict, it's going to be easing up over these from March 30th onwards. So April 1st, April Fool's Day, Venus is sextile the North Node. This is when we get some clarity on the direction that we need to take in terms of our love lives. April 2nd, Mercury is sextile Pluto. Talk of change, talk of transformation, thinking of transformation. An excellent day for working on psychology, researching, studying, talking, podcasting, etc. April 3rd, the Sun is in sextile to the North Node. It is we are feeling good about our lives. There's a good, we have a good idea about where we want to go in life. April 4th, Mercury enters Aries. So this is the planet of communication and thought processes merging with this Aries, this warrior archetype. I think you probably know spicy conversations, heated conversations. If you've been keeping anything in over the Pisces season, it is going to come out now. And it might come out in a temper tantrum, stuff that you've been holding in. That's why it's always good to talk about stuff. Maybe you do need to roar and shout and unleash that because it's something that needs to be expressed. But just be careful about the way that you do express that. So April 6th, Venus is sextile Mars. Good day for your sex life. Lots of passion. April 9th, Mercury is conjunct Chiron. This is painful, guys. So this is when the communication planet meets the planet of wounds. You may have there's a big wound theme over the next fortnight, okay? The theme that I'm seeing is one of Mars. So conflict, possibly war, possibly some kind of violence going on in the world or in your personal life. There's just some conflict there, some arguments. But then we also have a lot of activity from Mercury and the North Node. So it's a bit of a mixed bag here. So Mercury conjunct Chiron, you may have a wounding conversation. That's very possible. On the same day, Mars is in square to Neptune. There's a real lack of clarity, a lack of direction here. You will not be able to do your pile of laundry on that day. You will struggle to get your work done because Neptune is dreamy, it's floaty, it's watery. You just want to stare out the window. You want to watch a podcast. You want to make some art. You want to go for a walk in the park. You want to have a glass of the wine. Anything but doing your laundry. So that's okay to feel like that. Leave it for another day. April 10th, Mercury is in sextile to Saturn. A good day for clear communication, clear thoughts. Also on the same day, Venus is sextile Jupiter. That's a beautiful aspect. That's going to be something really good happening within your relationships. Venus is all about love. We'll be feeling good and nice, easy flowing energy there with our partnerships. If you're single, you'll just be feeling bloody good about yourself, strutting your stuff, showing off your wonderful physique. So the next day, April 11th, Mercury is in sextile to the North Node. And another good day for communication. Then we have the new moon in Aries on April 12th. I'm looking forward to this one because it makes a really good aspect to a lot of the planets and angles that I have in my own chart. So new moon in Aries, it's all about new beginnings. It's all about that breath of fresh springtime air. sweeping through your life and just starting something new. It will depend on the house in your birth chart that you actually have Aries, but it's pretty well aspected. So it should be good overall. Also, on the same day, Venus is in square to Pluto. That to me is a very intense relationship aspect, possibly controlling, obsessive. You might meet someone that you're obsessed with. Personally, I'm okay with feeling a bit obsessed because I've got Scorpio moon. Very black and white, all or nothing that way. I'm either completely obsessed or not interested at all. And that is in terms of relationships as well. Okay, so let's get to the card part of the reading. I'm just shuffling my cards and I want to ask my cards to show me what's coming up for all of my followers and all of the people that listen to this podcast over the next fortnight. What can we expect? Okay. There we go. Right. So the first card that we got is the Ace of Pentacles, which is about money. It's a doorway of opportunity. It's a doorway of manifestation, potentially a new job. I am feeling with this, really feeling that someone is going to get a new job over the next couple of weeks. Go for it. The astrology is good for that. I'm also seeing something here about someone that works in construction, or else they're renovating a new home. I see a wall being knocked down. Maybe someone is really restructuring the existing home that they live in. And this turns out to be a very good thing. Potentially someone is working in property here and they are renovating to sell a property on. So I can see that this is a really good decision for them. And it's going to bring them a lot of money, but it will be a lot of hard work. So then we have the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups can be a new relationship. Someone comes along and sweeps you off your feet. It's a watery energy. It's loving. It's romantic. So someone is offering their cup. It's a suitor and you're accepting it. There's a glass of wine here. But just be aware that it's not necessarily going to be a long-term thing because it is Aries energy and this Knight of Cups energy is not the most stable. It's not the most grounded, but it's a bit of romance. That's what we all kind of need, I think, a little bit of happiness. If you're already in a relationship, then this will, of course, be some good times with your beloved. So the last card that I got, so it's the only negative card really in this reading, and it's the Nine of Swords. The Nine of Swords can be a bit of anxiety, some insomnia, because something is crumbling here. On the card, there's an image of two pillars that are crumbling to give way to something new. So maybe this is a new relationship and you still have some kind of baggage from the past going on, a little bit of fear and anxiety that has really come from being betrayed in a past relationship. I see this here that someone has been badly betrayed, stabbed in the back, and it is really not a nice thing that they went through, but they are recovering and they're trying to get back in the dating game. But this person that I see offering them the Knight of Cups card actually is pretty genuine. So the message here is to listen to your intuition. Try not to expect the same things to happen to you that have hurt you in past relationships, and just to move on, but also to keep your eyes open. Make sure you're logical about it. Sometimes if it feels too good to be true, or they're love bombing you, it is, and it's not going to last. But some of you may meet someone over the next fortnight. So that's it today, guys. Sorry I was a bit muffled there. I have got hay fever, like I said. Missing Craigie so much, but he will be back again after the 12th of April. So let me know how you're all doing. Leave me a comment and I'll be back again soon.